Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council for the Borough of Glassboro for September 27th, 2022 to order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2022, which schedule is posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 7th, 2022.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Karen, roll call, please.
Mayor Wallace?
Here.
Mr. Costigan?
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro?
Here.
Mr. Fiola?
Here.
Mr. Halter?
Yes.
Ms. Miller? Here. Mrs. Spence?
Here.
Mr. Melandro?
Present.
Mr. Scafidi?
Here.
Mr. Brunemer?
Here. Okay, we have no presentations or proclamations, no public hearings, so at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of August 23rd, 2022, as well as the closed executive session of August 23rd, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Karen, any communications, please?
Yes, Mayor, I have one communication this evening, letter of retirement for Glassboro Police Department Detective Corporal Julie Howery.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. We will move to committee reports and begin with our Council President Costigan.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I want to wish Julie Halley the best of luck and a safe retirement. We're going to miss her. She's did a great job for the Borough of Glassboro. And I also want everybody to know I'm in receipt of the August Police Monthly Report. And I just want to let everybody know that on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, our party patrol has been doing an excellent job breaking up these parties and making Rowan Boulevard safe. And that involves the Glassboro Police Department, Rowan Police Department, and the Sheriff's Department. Just want to thank them for their help and their cooperation. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much, sir. Councilman D'Alessandro.
Mayor, at this time I have nothing.
Thank you very much. Councilman Fiola.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I am in receipt from our CFO, Karen Passioni, and her assistant, Alexis Barton, of the various Glassboro budget financial reports for the month of August of 2022. These reports together advise us of the current status of the Glassboro budget. I would also like to echo George Costigan's statement about Julie Howery. She's been an excellent officer for many years, and we wish her Godspeed. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Councilman Halter.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I also received the water and sewer report earlier this month. Nothing else noteworthy on that end, and also echo the words of wishing Ms. Howery congratulations and a safe retirement.
Thank you very much, sir. Councilwoman Miller.
Good evening, Mayor. I have nothing to report at this time.
Thank you very much. And Councilwoman Spence.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to echo everyone else's comments. Julie, she will be greatly missed. She's done a lot of work for this borough above and beyond what her regular duties were, so she's going to be tough shoes to fill. I also wanted to mention that the train station, we have an event this month coming up in October the 23rd, Sunday from 1 to 4. We're going to have Civil War History Day. This will be our, I believe, 7th event of this nature, and it's a really cool event if you want to come out and check it out. And that's all I have.
Thank you very much. We have no unfinished business, no new business, so I'll ask for the engineer's report, please, Mark.
Yes, good evening.
getting materials over for the townhouses at Camelot, so they're getting that geared up and ready to go there. And I understand they've run into some title issues with the phase 3 stuff where the existing homes were when they foreclosed on that, so they're trying to work those details out. Charles III Drive, we wanted to make some edits in the field, and we finally got those approved today from the DOT, so we make those edits there before we pave on one of the sidewalks for the handicap ramps. We had different personnel look at it, and we got their approval. So that'll be proceeding in the near future. Tonight for your consideration is Charles III Phase 2 bids that came in under the DOT grant. Ashley Townhouses are proceeding building Lincoln Housing. Just went over some landscaping items with them today, so they're gonna be gearing up, trying to get that finished up for this coming month. I have not heard anything, I don't know if you have, Mayor, for any openings. I know they were targeting the 3rd week of October, but, due to all the delays in materials, I'm not sure where they stand. They haven't told us.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
So for that item there, Park Avenue, we're nearing completion, I'll say part A versus, and part B. Part A is just finishing up, after they had to tear the building down after the storm event. Electricians putting all that equipment in, will probably be done probably by the end of October. And then, so that'll be all wrapped up, pumps are already in, operating under the temporary conditions. And, the generator, which was ordered back in March, is hopefully gonna be here in February. So upon that, then they'll be done there, working with the Water and Sewer Department, coordinate those items there. And, ShopRite continues, doing their efforts, things like those items. So, that's all I have.
Very much, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Any
Thank you,
questions? Thank you again, Mark. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to our Borough Solicitor.
Thank you, Mayor. Under our consent agenda this evening, we have the following resolutions. 218, authorizing refund of street opening performance guarantee, T-Light Building Construction Company. Resolution 219, authorizing release of performance guarantee for demountable concepts parking lot extension in the Borough of Glassboro landscaping improvements. 220, authorizing release of maintenance bond number 9337440 in the amount of $20,362.50 for the village grant at Camelot Phase 1, Section 1A pump station and off-site. 221, execution of discharge of mortgage by the Borough of Glassboro, State of New Jersey, Gene Grissom, 228 Baldwin Avenue, Glassboro, New Jersey. Resolution 22, awarding contract for Charles III Drive Phase 2 roadway improvements for the Borough of Glassboro, Paving Plus LLC. Resolution 223, resolution authorizing execution of addendum to agreement between the Borough of Glassboro and Property Registration Champions LLC, doing business as Pro Champs. We have one add-on resolution this evening, that will be number 224. Resolution awarding a contract to Easy Car Titles for title services for unclaimed vehicles for the Borough of Glassboro and the Police Department. There are resolutions this evening on our consent agenda, and for the reasons noted under each one, if council so moves for approval, roll call.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costabone?
Yes, with the, abstention on resolution 220-22.
Mr. Halter?
Yes.
Mr. Fiola?
For, and I abstain on resolution 220-22.
Mr. D'Alessandro?
For.
Ms. Miller?
For.
Mrs. Spence?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And Mayor, we have a number of ordinances tonight on first reading by title only. We'll read them all, and the motion will be to introduce each one. First is ordinance number 2219, an ordinance amending chapter 366, property maintenance, article 3, abandoned vacant property registration, section 16, registration of real property of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro. Ordinance 22-20, ordinance amending chapter 445, vehicles and traffic, section 445-14, no parking, one-way streets, through street turns, bus stops, various streets of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro. Ordinance 2221, ordinance amending chapter 107, development regulations and zoning, article 5, general zoning regulations, section 107-84D of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro. And ordinance number 2222, an ordinance amending chapter 490, health rules and regulations of the Code Book of the Borough of Glassboro, to add a new article 14 entitled Backyard Chicken Pilot. They are the four ordinances, 19 through 22 this evening on first reading by title only. Council so moves. The motion will be for all four ordinances.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costa?
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro?
Four.
Mr. Fiola?
Four.
Mr. Halter?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Four.
Mrs. Spence?
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting up to the public.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The floor is now open to anyone from the public who wishes to come forward and address mayor and council.
Blessed evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Since no one's asking any questions, my name is Cora Rowland, Glassboro Estates, 205 Kentucky Avenue, Glassboro. I keep reading over this, and what is a backyard chicken pound? I just wondering what it was in.
I'll handle this one.
It's one of the ordinance that,
Yeah, it's a pilot program where you could raise chickens in your backyard to get the eggs and help feed people. It's all about sustainable food, and it's a pilot program. We don't know we don't wanna blow it out all at once, so I think we limit it to a certain amount of participants for the first year, and then we will review it after that year and see how it goes.
do you sell the eggs or do you
No,
just
you don't. You don't.
give them away?
Give them away.
Well, hopefully the families who are raising the chickens are gonna use the eggs.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Just
You're
wondering. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Maika Rowland, 205 Kentucky Avenue, Glassboro. Earlier this summer, I was here and invited everyone over to the I Love My Neighborhood cookout that we did in Ellesmere Park. I just wanted to thank everyone for attending. It was a great success. Thank you for all the donations that everyone provided. And even to this day, I'm still coming across people saying how great of a time they had and how important it was that we started it back again. So we do plan on keeping it going. The last Saturday in July, I think it was. So thank you again for all attending
Thank
and
you.
your
You're welcome.
Thank you.
cooperation.
And it was a very nice event. Well done.
Thank you.
Seeing no others, make a motion to close the public portion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. The public portion is now closed. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
Move that all duly authorized bills be paid.
I'll second the duly authorized bills be paid.
I have a motion and a second that all duly authorized bills be paid. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Mayor, I have sanctions, I'm sorry. 22-03140, 03377, 03606, 03612, and 03706.
Any more?
That's everything else.
There's
And
abstentions.
I'm opposing George Cossabon.
Have been noted, and that motion carries. Any closing comments by our administrator?
The only thing I'd like to say, Mayor, is I'd like to thank a couple of departments, one being the police department. Over the last couple weeks, they've worked long hours, and I think the results were proven to be very effective, and I wanna publicly thank them. And I also wanna publicly thank the highway department under Chip Clark's leadership, getting the speed humps in so quickly on Rowan Boulevard to stop the racing. I don't know if everyone saw what went on in Wildwood, New Jersey. It was a complete disaster. And so we saw what could possibly happen a couple weeks ago, and I think we took the right measures and we did it very quickly. And the last 2 weeks, knock on wood, have been very good around here. That's all I'd like to say, so I'd like to thank them.
Thank you.
publicly.
Thank you very much. I would just like to first congratulate Detective Julie Howery on her retirement. Very sad, we all are sad to see her go, but excited for her to move forward into her next phase of her life, whatever she decides to do. and wish her all the best. And following what Ed had said, I can't say enough about our services, our police department over the last several weeks and all the time, and our highway department as well. When we're faced with the issues in the borough, sometimes issues that we're not expecting or pop up, which is unexpected, it can tend to catch people off guard. But the borough always seems to respond. Our services all seem to respond, and they respond accordingly. The incidents that happened over the 3 weekends ago were mitigated, had a plan in place in 2 days, and mitigated by the next weekend and going forward. And that is something that we can't overlook. So kudos to our police department, kudos to our highway department, and all the departments in the borough for being who they are and the type of people that they are. And with that, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. This meeting is now adjourned. Have a nice evening, everyone. Next regular meeting of Mayor and Council will be October 11th, 2022, 6 p.m.
Pray for Florida.
Pray for Florida. Yes, Mr. Wise, how you doing, my friend?